Hello, this is Ashee from Crafting with Ashee and welcome to this video. This is the card I'm making today. I love it. I love the sentiment, happy birthday, let's paint the town as long as I'm home by 9 o'clock. Really cute and fun. Definitely me, because I'm not somebody who likes to stay out super late. I don't like it, I just get too tired. So let's start. We're going to be using two stamp sets. The first one is called Brush Blooms, and we're going to be using the sentiments, and I also used these two flowers, and then I used the matching die. So let me show you. I've cut everything out already, so we're ready to go. This is the matching die set here. This is this lovely paint swatch effect here, and I just used some post-it note tape here just to hold everything down, and I just keep these little bits here by the side of me. So that was that die there, and you can still use all the bits that are cut out here. These would make for another fun card definitely as well. Okay, so let's do this bit first, and if there's any little bits here that haven't popped out, you can just pop them out quickly. So I can see here just a few little stragglers that haven't wanted to leave their homes, so get rid of them and knock it in. So that's done, and then let's get them off get rid of these before they go everywhere in the bin. Lovely. So now let's put this here into our stamp apparatus. Use our magnet to hold the whole lot down, and then I am going to use my powder tool here, or use embossing putty, whatever you want, just to make sure I don't get embossing powder anywhere else I want, because we're going to heat emboss. And so let's put our sentiments in. They fit perfectly, of course. So try and get them as neat as possible. There we go. And then we're going to use our Versamark ink. So give them a really good ink up. Make sure you capture all of the image. The beauty of the stamp apparatus is that you can restamp if you need to. But yeah, I can see I've got it all. So take this out, and then here I've got some white embossing powder, and I'm just going to put that, and then just flick off the excess like that. Let's just put a little bit more down here. That should be fine. And if you see there's any places like here where a little bit of powder's gone where you don't want it, just flick it off with a paintbrush. Okay. That should be fine. Okay. This is just an old coffee filter. It's not been used obviously, but it's not for coffee, but it's been used 101 times for my embossing. So put that aside. Now I can clean my stamp. I'm always hot on cleaning up as I go along, if you know me. It saves a lot of problems later on. So give that a little bit of a cleanie. And now we can put our stamp apparatus away. Take the stamps out obviously first. Store our magnet back there. Okay, and now I'm just going to heat set this, and I'll be back. Okay, so this is heat set. So now I'm just going to take a cloth and buff off the excess powder from the embossing powder, like that. And just make sure it's cooled down before you do that, otherwise you'll ruin your embossing. So let's start to make our card. I have a card base here. This is thick whisper white, or basic white as it's called now. And it's a standard A6 card base. That's an A4 sheet cut in half and then folded in half. And then the next thing we're going to do first is put our piece of designer series paper down. And this is from the Fine Art Floral. And I thought it matched beautifully for this card, because it just looks like a flaming sunset to me. That you're looking through some panels. Well, that was my idea anyway. Really like it. It's the sort of like painted background, paint swatch, you know. You can see all the brush strokes, really nice, lots of texture background. So let's now stick down our piece here, basic of black. I think my Tombow is nearing this end. Keep shaking it to try and get the most out, but it is near the end of its life. But I like to get every little bit out of it that I can. Now make sure you put this the right way up. Always very important. And you should be able to just line it up on top of your designer series paper, just like that. Okay, so that's what we've got so far. Okay, now using the same stamp set, I stamped some flowers. I used these two flowers, and they're two-step stamping, and I used these two colours. Well, not two-step stamping, that's one stamp. But I used these two colours, Mango Melody and Pumpkin Pie. Now when I made this initially, I didn't know how many flowers I'd need, so I stamped too many. So I'm going to use some of those that I've already stamped rather than just wasting them. And now you can decide where you want to put things. So I think I'm going to have one here again. And just going to give up on that Tombow for now. I haven't got time to faff with it. I've got a new one here. Okay, and just going to put one like that, I think. And where shall we have this one? Put it in the same place. And I just cut these out using the coordinating dies that are in the same die set as this, that we used to cut this panel out here. And then where shall we put this little one? Maybe that one can go there, like that. Okay, and then I have some finishing touches, and these are the sequins, and these are the Artistry Bloom sequins. They carried over from the last catalogue, which I was very happy about. So just going to dot a few around like that. That'll do. Okay, and there we have our two cards. What do you think? I hope you liked it. If you did, I'd be grateful if you could give it a thumbs up so YouTube know, and don't forget to subscribe to future videos. If you want more information about this card, supply lists, measurements, etc., it'll all be on the blog post on my website, and the links to that and all my social media links are in the description box below. That includes a link to my Facebook group where I host online classes. So thank you again, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye!